Hi Pisces, welcome back to Key Wisdom Tarot. My name is Ruth and I'm your Reiki Master and Tarot Reader. This Pisces is your love reading for the month of March. I'm going to draw 6 cards for the Tree of Life reading, each corresponding to a different energy or aspect for the month of March, okay? I've already shuffled and meditated. I'll do a little bit more of that on camera and then we will get started. Okay, so it does matter what the position of each of the cards, okay? The ones beneath and here are clarifying cards. I'll know when they're ready to come out in the reading. Okay, so let's get started, my darling Pisces. So first of all, let me say happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. You see, you've got a song, see? I didn't even do that for Capricorn. So I'm a Capricorn, that's why I said that. So happy birthday, Pisces. I hope you're enjoying your birthday season. Shout out to my bro-in-law, Stu. Hey, Stu. Happy birthday. It's your birthday today. When I'm filming this, it's actually your birthday. I will be posting out a, excuse me, a post for Pisces season looking all at the moon card. I'll post that out this week. So if you head over to Key Wisdom Tarot on Instagram or Facebook, you can read all about your sign. I'll also try to do a video as well. I meant to do videos, but I just ran out of time. But I'll try to do one for you guys this week as well. Okay, first card is your overall energy or focus for the month of March when it comes to love. By the way, that's why we don't need the one at the bottom of the deck like we do in the general readings. And that is the 10 of Swords. Wow. Okay, so you know, it's this, at least we see in the number 10, which means it's the end of, it's the end of something, it's the end of a cycle. This is the minor arcana death card, and believe me, it feels the same because I'm pretty similar, because I have, as I always say, I experience the energies, and yeah, it was an intense period a few months back last year when I experienced this energy, I tell you that. But the good news is with this energy is that the worry, the anxiety, the stress, the overthinking, the trying to work something out, the trying to go back and forth and sort of, question, did I interpret that right? Or did I say the right thing? Or was it my fault? Or was it their fault? Or, yeah, but am I going a bit mental here because I don't have all that over with the 10 of Swords, okay? The Sword energy is about our thoughts, our minds, our clarity, our consciousness, our communication. What we say, what we think, what we allow ourselves to say, and what we allow ourselves to think. So it's all of those things with number 10, with the 10 of Swords. It's a lot going on in our heads. And number 10 means that for some time, maybe for 10 months, you've been, when it comes to love, a relationship, a situation, you've been trying to work something out, you've been going back and forth in your head, you've been losing sleep over it, you might have been worrying about something, and actually it's at the end of that now, because the potential is you can choose to, because you have thought down every avenue, every possibility, every answer, if you will, you've thought about it all. It's like, I'll give you an example, which is not to do with love, but I'll just give you an example. So say, for example, I use me as an example, okay? Key wisdom tarot, you know what wisdom means. So I've got to use me, okay? Starting your business. So I've literally got a business plan about starting this business. And I did that business plan about 14 years ago. And for 14 years, I did this. I was like, yeah, but, I'm not going to have enough money. Like, what are people going to think? What about my qualifications? Am I going to have security? Do I have the qualifications? Are people going to like me? How am I going to do? And I thought of all the different things, like, yeah, but I've got to, and every time, and I think, oh, yeah, I'm going to be a teacher, because and this and the other, and, what's everyone going to say? And, I wonder if I don't have enough money. And I thought and thought and thought and thought and thought. And ultimately, eventually, there was still only two options. I can be a teacher, or I can start my business. So you can think about it all you want, but ultimately, you're staying or you're going. Do you want to stay or do you want to go? Or do you want to be single or do you want to be in a relationship? So you can think about, oh, but what about this? And am I going to have money? And what are people going to say? And what about my family? And that's where you're at. That's the overall perspective, the energy for you for this month. It's like you've thought every single thing, eventuality. Yeah, but can I trust them? And in the past, they did this, and my ex-partner, blah, blah, all the stuff. And I'm not saying blah, blah as in to belittle what you've been thinking about. I'm saying blah, blah because it's like loads of stuff you've been thinking about. But ultimately, you can stay or you can go. Or you can be single or you can be in a relationship. Or you can date or you can not. Or you can talk to them or you can not. You can let them back in, or it's that, yeah? That's the 10 of swords. So the number 10, the 1 is a new beginning. The 0 is the one that you have to walk. You've got to make the choice to walk through that opportunity, to walk toward the opportunity like I did, yeah? So I can, I thought no money and whatever, but ultimately I can be a teacher or I can start my own business. And yeah, it took me 14 years. But I got there in the end. So eventually, after 14 years, I walked through that that portal. But it's up to you guys now. You're at the end of your thinking almost, okay? And that's a real positive. I know that took me a long time to explain it, but you've been thinking about this for a long time, okay? The next card here relates to what or who you could encounter or experience in the month of March. Excellent. We've got the Ace of Cups. What happens on the 1st of March? We have Venus enters Aquarius, which means we're getting, when it comes to romance, in a nutshell, when it comes to romance, we're getting some clear thinking. We're getting some clarity. When it comes to our emotions and romantic feelings, we're getting some clarity. And it's going to feel like someone has switched the light bulb on suddenly, because I know how difficult the first 3-4 weeks of, the first 3 weeks, 21 days, January, very difficult. Then we've had stagnant energy. We've started recovering from our hermit mode. We started getting physically fitter again. But then there was stagnant energy because it was like, oh gosh, like what do I want to do? How can I move forward? How can I make this better? That stagnant energy passes like that. Like a light bulb goes off, a bolt from the blue, in a positive way. Clarity in our thinking when it comes to love from the 1st of March. This is the second reading I've done today, and it's the second time this energy's come out. So for you, what or who you could, if it's who you could encounter, it could be a fellow Pisces, a fellow Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, because this is the water energy. But if it's a what, and it will be, because that's the astrology of the month anyway. You just happen to be in alignment with it, Pisces, which is new emotional beginning. So you've had the ending, you've had the death, you've had the, oh my God, that thinking's over. It's time to, that energy comes through where you start to feel differently. And thank God, because it's been hard. I know it's been hard, Pisces. I know it has. It's been really difficult this past, this 2019 so far. But we're getting change, we're getting new energy coming through, and that is what you can expect to encounter. So I'm very happy for you, okay? So this is the 3rd card, and this is its clarifier. So the 3rd card stands for your perspective or your past. So where you're coming from, yeah? So where you're coming from as we enter March. You're coming from Tower. You're coming from a situation which has really shaken your foundations. So it's very interesting because I was yesterday, Sunday, I was like, right, I am not doing any work today because I need to rest. I need to get back to anyway. As I always say to you guys, I experience the energies. And when I was in the shower later on, about 8 o'clock in the evening, I realised that this energy that I was feeling was the Knight of Wands. I was experiencing the energy of the Knight of Wands. I might do a post about it or a video because there's a lot of misinformation about the Knight of Wands, but yeah. Anyway, and I realised that the Knight of Wands, I don't know why I'm telling you about the Knight of Wands actually, but anyway, I realised that the Knight of Wands and the number 5s, for example, are about changes from within. So number 5s are about going from changes from within. So we have these new thoughts, new ideas, if you will. They go on from within, and then on the outside we start doing things differently. So we start, so for example, guilt might be one thing that changes us, yeah? So you might think, oh, I felt guilty, and you start to feel guilty about something you did in the past. So actually that permeates out to the surface, and you start treating people differently or behaving differently or etc., yeah? That's the change that comes with number 5, which is the difference between the 5 of Wands, for example, and anyway, forget it. Anyways, but the Tower is the opposite of that. The Tower is an external event that happens on the outside of you that actually starts a chain reaction of change within you. So this could be anything. As I always say about the Tower, it's a surprise event, but the universe is on your side. The universe is looking out for you. This could be anything: new job, promotion out of the blue, winning the lottery, falling in love at first sight. It could be twisting your ankle. I've said that a few times, but I like that. Sometimes people say, oh, I've just twisted my ankle. Not that I'm wishing that on anybody, but anyway, anything, that's what it is with the Tower. Having, getting married, for example, having children, that could be a Tower moment. So anything like that, anything like that is a Tower. So this is where you're coming from. It's like either this is what's happened, so there's been an event that has actually shaken your foundations. You've become a new you've got into a new relationship, you met someone, you got into a new relationship and it really changed your life. You changed jobs, you moved house, you won the lottery, whatever. This is where you're coming from. So something has happened previously, and it could be 10 months ago. This has happened 10 months ago, and really you've been reeling from that event. You've been trying to find your footing ever since, and finding your footing has involved a lot of, but what about this and individual and what all that, yeah. I'm just making noises. I'm not even saying things. I'm just making noises. But anyway, so you get the cadence. It's good, isn't it? It sounds dead, like I'm talking, but I'm not. Anyway, so the Tower, this is your perspective or your past, where you're coming from. So either there was an actual event that happened, or you feel that, oh my God, something's really changed. Like, I don't know what it is. And, but you're coming from this of, I've been shaken up and it's been a difficult time. But look at what we've got. So for some of you, this is what I just said. This is falling in love. This is falling in love. This is getting married. And falling in love, getting married. You're a knight at first. You're not no queen or a king. You're like, oh, I've got. This is the Knight of Wands energy. Knight of Wands is like, oh, I'm new to this. Let me try to tame this. I'm excited. I'm engaged. I'm going to do it. I'm passionate. I love my new wife. I love my new job. I love my new promotion. But I've never done it before. I've never been a boss, or I've never been a husband, or I've never been a wife, or I've never been a dad or a mum. So you have that event happen. And even though you're excited and engaged and you've got all this energy and you're passionate and you love this new thing, this new part of your life, you're committed to it, you don't know how to tame that energy right now. You're not, because it's new. How can you know? So what you do is you worry. You think, am I good enough? Can I do this? Like, what about this? And am I doing everything right? And am I doing everything wrong? And da-da-da-da-da. And you worry and worry and worry, but that's your past and perspective. So it tells me that you were in a committed relationship you guys are, or this could have been the ending of a committed relationship for some of you. It could have been in the past. You're coming from at the end of a relationship, you know, your marriage broke down, or, you know, suddenly it was over for you guys, or whatever. And that energy was something that really shook your foundations. It might have been, you might have been in a relationship for many years, and then that relationship ended, and you were like knocked for six, and you've been, for the last 10 months you've been going, you know, was it me? Did I tell her the truth? Did he tell me? You've been going through all those questions in your head. But the good news is, it's a new beginning in March. And yeah, we've got Mercury retrograde in Pisces on the 5th. And yeah, we know that that means that we're going to be thinking back, we're going to be feeling back. And what I mean by feeling back is thinking back to our, or re-engaging with the feelings and emotions of this energy at the time, what it was like, whether that was a positive or a negative. So if you've been stressing for the last 10 months, you've forgotten how amazing it was to get married to your new wife, or you've forgotten how amazing it was to get offered the new job. So you've been stressing so much that you've actually lost focus on, yeah, of course it was like that, but it was also the best thing ever in my life, the best experience. The good news is new emotional energy is coming through. So you're getting some new, you're getting to feel new, to feel renewed in your situation, okay? So I'm taking ages, sorry. Love potential, love lesson for the month of March. We've got the devil. So devil's related to Capricorn, actually. I'm a Capricorn. Interestingly, my twin sister is also a Capricorn because we are twin sisters. And obviously Stuart, her husband, is a Pisces. So I'll let them both watch this. I'll recommend that they watch this video. But anyway, love potential or love lesson. So the potential, this is what I say, read the description I wrote about the devil, the in-depth description I wrote about the devil energy on my Instagram and Facebook, Key Wisdom Tarot, for Capricorn season. And again, with the devil, it's number 15 to its number 1, which is the initiation of new beginning, and number 5, change. I've talked about those changes, haven't I? I've talked about those changes. So the thing is, it's like you're in a situation with the devil energy, which is, it's the devil energy ultimately is the pursuit of worldly the pursuit of worldly things. So, you know, like relationships and jobs and security and all that type of thing, yeah? And it's the commitment we make to these things that can actually, in the end, we can feel sort of tied to at the expense of our spirituality, at the expense of our emotional well-being and health. We can be focused so much on, you know, right, I've got to build this business, or right, I've got to build this house, that we actually neglect almost, with the devil energy, our own sense of emotion and intuition, which is specified by Eve here, okay? But it's also number 6, which is about lovers, which is the lovers card also, which is about balance, which is about unity, which is about harmony, a balance between those things. So the love potential or love lesson this month for you guys in March, Pisces, is about the stuff in life, the mundane stuff that you do every single day. You know, you go to work, you do this, you do that. There's gonna be a change coming through. Those things, you know, those responsibilities that you have are it's added up and added up and added up and added up and added up to produce a change from within. A change where you start saying, I want the focus to be different. I want there to be more balance. Yes, I know we've got responsibilities to pay my mortgage and that, but I want more balance in my life. I want to have more time when I'm in my relationship. I'm spending that time, quality time with my partner, or I want to spend quality time with myself, you know, having, like I do. I'm very lucky. I mean, this is what I mean. I'm never going to end up, can I just say I'm dating, right? I'm starting dating this year. I keep telling everybody. So I'm looking for it. But I'm like, I'm so comfortable in my life. I get time to meditate. I get time to walk my dog. I get time to write. I get time to read. If I was in a relationship, you know, the mundane of that, not the mundane, but do you know what I mean? The just normal routine of life when you're in a couple, like I've been for, oh God, anyway. You sort of lose focus and sight of, you know, your own needs almost sometimes. Both parties, not just one. And, you know, it's a case of you wanting to change things. And I feel like it's about union. I feel like it's about remembering where you came from, almost remembering how you used to feel, remembering, you know, how it used to be with you and somebody else, you know, even if you know, so you might have been separated from somebody else, you know, you could have been you know, single or divorced or whatever. And these both might be for this, actually. You could be single or divorced, whatever. You broke up with somebody, and you might want to go, you might actually think, oh, I've missed them over the last 10 months. I don't know why I keep saying 10 months, but whatever. I've missed this person. I've missed this ex-person. You know, I remember how good it was with that person, you know, and it could be that just, you know, doing your day-to-day, living your life is a thing that actually makes you suddenly realise, I need to get back with that person, or I want that person back, or whatever your situation is. Is it that one or is it this one? Actually, I think it's this one. This is what happens when you read intuitively. So, have I been talking to you about the Knight of Wands? I have, haven't I? Yeah. So I've already been talking about the Knight of Wands. So you know what I've already said. I've already talked about it. This is all the energy and enthusiasm of. For me, I'll use me as an example, and I'll give you more. So a new business owner like me. So all the energy example. Right, I'm enthusiastic. Right, you know, I've got my ideas. I know what I want to do. You know, I'm going for it. I'm passionate about this. I really want to go for it, and I start doing it, and I go for it. And obviously, it's like exciting, but I'm still shaky because it's brand new. That's what it's like. So that could be, as I said, being in a new relationship. You know, I've been single for so long. But I'm really engaged in this process of dating, or I'm really engaged in this process of being in a new relationship with this person. I really like them. So, but it's just so different. It's a new type of relationship that you're not used to it. You're more mature now. So you're like, oh, how do I manage this? That's that type of energy. It's also the type of energy, as I said, you get a promotion. You've been working for the same company for 10 years. They suddenly promote you. And it's the energy of... You want to do well, you know, you want people to like you. You want to do a good job. You've got the new ideas. You did it. It's like a new head teacher, the energy of this. It's like, I've never been a head teacher before. It's also a new parent energy. It's also, you know, first time parent. I'm excited, I'm engaged, but you're shaky, of course, because you've never done it before. It's newly married couple moving into with somebody for the first time, meeting someone's family for the first time. It's like, ooh. So don't feel, it's like responsibilities that you have that that are new to you. And it's about recognising that is exactly what they are. They are new to you. And so it might be hard to find your way through it, but you will find your way through it, okay? So next card is the challenge. This is linked to this, actually. The challenge for the month of March, and the challenge for you, my darlings, is justice. Okay, again, balance. So we've got, you know, I keep going, like, you can't see the whole of me. Sometimes I wish you could see the whole of me, because I'm very expressive with my body, darlings, and I'm doing like a whole surf motion stuff. Yeah, like I'm on a surfboard. You've got to imagine it. That's what you are like at the moment. You're like this. You're realizing I can't keep. You've done it, so you're staying or you're going, or you're dating or you're staying single, or whatever the option is for the number 10 for you to walk through the opportunity, yeah? And again, the challenge is justice. The challenge is finding that balance. Now, justice could be in the sense of apology, you know, the sense of giving an apology or receiving an apology. It's really what you think is right and what someone else thinks is right, almost. Maybe that is what's out of balance. You know, you're wanting to bring two people looking at the same. You want I can't get my words out how I'm trying to say it. You want both of you and your partner, you and the person you're dating, whatever, you and your ex who you might be reuniting with, whatever. You want to be on the same page. You want to be seeing things from the same perspective. It's like, if you've been finding something difficult and challenging, you bought a new house, whatever, and, you know, you've got all the energy and enthusiasm, but the actual doing the house is difficult, but you both really want to do it. You might find it really difficult, Pisces, and your partner might be like, well, no, it's not. I don't find it hard. And that might be not hard for you to accept, that just because you found it one way and they found it a different way, that might be hard for you to accept, but that's how it is. Like, you only know what someone tells you. You know, if they tell you that, yeah, I'm fine with it, you've got to accept that. And that might be what's hard for you. But we've got the major arcana death card here. So good. So we've got the minor arcana death and the major and the death card. So this is Scorpio's energy, a fellow water sign like you. This is, I always forget, is that Aries or Libra? Sorry, Libra. So that's what's Libra doing this month? No, we've got nothing. Yeah, we've got full moon in Libra, actually, on the 20th. I knew there were Libra something. We've got the full moon in Libra. So this is, when we get the full moons are awareness, really. It's about awareness of an emotion, a feeling, an attitude that we didn't know before. We're coming into that. So it's like an awareness. So for you, maybe that you've been challenged by, oh, he doesn't see things like I see things. She doesn't see things like I see them. And that has challenged you. And it's saying that that's over with now. It's okay for, I always say this to people, whether you're in a couple or in a couple, if you're in a couple, I always say this to my viewers, to you guys, you're on your own paths. You're fulfilling your own destiny. And yeah, you're a couple and you've committed to each other and you both feel love and commitment to each other and to the relationship that you have. But you also have to be committed to yourself. And that is really as well the message of the devil energy, what the devil energy teaches us. You've got to be committed to yourself, to your soul, to your well-being and happiness as much as to the other person and to fulfilling your life and your dreams together, okay? So it seems like there's that balance is coming back in finally for you. And I say finally because I don't know why I got 10 months, but I just got that impression of 10 months. It could be longer, it could be shorter, any length of time. It doesn't matter, but it looks like, because this is the challenge card, this is a clarifier. So the challenge seemed to be gaining that balance. You both singing from the same hymn sheets or finding someone else who could match you, thinking that no one else is good enough for you or whatever. And that thinking, that way of thinking, it's looking like it's over, or it's trying to be over. So you have got to be reflective this month, Pisces, okay, and honest with yourself and truthful with yourself, okay, about what it is you're feeling. And you know, we've got these major arcanas here. We've got quite a few major arcanas, very important cards, very powerful cards actually, and that is significant really, because it shows that this is actually a cycle that you are ready literally to release, okay? It's ready. It's time that this time is over for you, okay? The way you've been thinking about things. Okay. This card here is your advice, how to achieve balance actually, and this is the clarifier, okay? So let's have a look. Oh, beautiful. See, perfect. This is literally, what did I tell you? What did I say that number 6 is on the tree of life? This is number 6. Number 6 is beauty, which is the appreciation of everything you've been through, recognizing that it's strengthened you, that it's given you wisdom, that it's given you clarity, that it's given you understanding, okay? And that it was precious that time. And look, we had this awful energy of, oh my God, like thinking, what am I going to do? All that stuff. And now it's like, okay, balance. It's like, you know, masculine, feminine, child, you know, inner child, emotional, you know, so your masculine, your actions, your feminine, your understanding within. So what you are doing, why you are doing it, and the vulnerabilities that you're taking along with you. That is the harmony of the 6 of Swords. Remember, the sword energy is about our thoughts, our minds, consciousness, okay? So this is you saying, okay, I'm understanding now. I understand that I was afraid. I've understood, I've listened to myself, and I've come into that clarity and that awareness. That clarity and that awareness might come at the 20th, you know, when the full moon goes in Libra. And then we've got that balance. So maybe you're waiting until the 20th to get that balance. But either way, it is coming for you, okay, this month. And this new energy coming through. So I really hope that for some of you, you get a renewal of this energy, this love and this passion with your partner. If you're in a partnership, or if you're single, you know now, don't you, that it's time for you to move on. It's time for you to let that go, to stop thinking that no one's going to love you, or that people are going to do the same thing that have done happen in the past, or whatever it is you've been thinking for the last, you know, whatever. It's time. And again, how to achieve balance, page of wands. We've got the page of wands as well. So this is about, you know, really trying to gain some stability in you feeling more grounded, you feeling more able, you feeling more mature, you feeling more in control. This is about what you're feeling and what you're thinking. And actually, this is saying that by the end of this month, you're going to be feeling a lot more grounded, a lot more balanced, a lot more appreciative of the experience of the last, I keep saying 10 months, but it could be any length of time that this thinking's been going on. Okay? Because you're thinking back to where you came from, to what got you here. And what got you here was initially a really beautiful love relationship. Now, even if that love relationship, that really beautiful love relationship ended, if that's what these, as I said, I told you this could represent anything to you in your life. Even if that relationship ended in the past, you're realizing, but I learned so much from that. I'm glad I had that experience, because if I didn't have that, then I wouldn't be here now. I wouldn't have this, I wouldn't have the life that I've got or the attitude that I've got, for example, okay? So this is that type of energy. Learning happens in March, in love, for you, Pisces. So I truthfully, wish you guys a beautiful birthday season. And I really hope that you feel enthused, shall we say, about the ending of some very difficult energy that you've been dealing with, for some of you for quite some time. Okay, so Pisces, I hope you like this reading. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and give it a like. If you haven't already, please subscribe by clicking the little icon at the bottom and click the bell for notifications of my next uploads. My next uploads are going to be next week, probably, potentially shorter readings, just to sort of keep my diary in check. And leave me comments as well, okay? Because I do read every single comment and generally respond to all the comments as well. And feel free to share the content of this video. Share this video on your social media, your Facebook, your Instagram, etc. And follow Key Wisdom Tarot on Instagram and on Facebook, because, as I said, there's additional information about the Tower card, about which one was this one we said? Anyway, about the devil, etc. So look on there, read the post at your leisure, my darlings, okay? And don't forget to check out the Key Wisdom playlist for everything to do with mindfulness, compassion, meditation, mantras, etc., okay? The astrology is below, so it'll give you a breakdown of the information that's on these little postcards here, so do give that a read. And your bi-weekly readings up to the 5th of March are still available. So if you've not watched those, obviously, please go ahead and watch those. Okay, my darling Pisces, it's been wonderful. I hope you've enjoyed this reading. I've enjoyed reading this for you because I feel like really great new energy coming through for you, okay? Have a wonderful March. Have a wonderful birthday season, Pisces. And I'll see you all again very soon with your new readings. Take care, my darlings. Bye.